we pretty much think alike. And it's depend what level of we are on our age, our thoughts are pretty much same. Because the social media and everything is affecting us equally and equal age group. So what we call is success who think different. And the different means is who think more wiser and more fact-based decisions in this case. So today I'm doing a first-time home buy seminar, and the seminar I'm doing today, or we are going to talk about after a disaster in the real estate. I will call it disaster when you lose 25 to 35% the equity of your house. It's disaster. But we are so busy in our day-to-day life to survive. So we are not, we just talk, but we can't do anything. Yes, we can post on social media, we talk to our neighbors, our relatives, our friends, where our country going, but it affecting everyone here. So where I'm going to talk about today as a Canadian, as a oneness, as a country, and our dream as an immigrant when we come to this country to buy our home. So the question is there, why need a home? So who's a homeowner here? So you're the existing homeowners, right? Great. And all of them are future home,
Yes.
home buyers basically. I just want to know, so I will be more, put more wisdom on the first time home buyer side in this case. So as an immigrant we came, why we need a home here? We are renting, we're paying the rent on time, and anything happens, the landlord fix it up. Small things we do it, and we're enjoying the life. We're sleeping there, we're cooking there, we're growing the family there, but why we want an ownership of a home? So,
To invest
oh great.
instead of giving the money that you're not gonna get in return.
Mm-hmm.
Build equity.
Great. So, go to the next slide, please.
Maybe you buy
Okay.
a house today that costs less than it will be in the future, so you earn
All right.
equity?
Yeah. So there's almost 5 reasons as a human, we think why we need a home as ownership. Stability and roots. Control your space, school, and community. So when your kids are smaller, you want to choose the schools at certain area, right? Stability, very important. As an immigrant, we come in this country and we want to be stable now. Canada is our country now. So we want to stay here and stay longer here. So buying a home is a longer plan, means you investing your trust in the new land. So if that mindset is not there, then you are a homeowner mindset. You're buying as like a homeowner, but your mindset is still as a tenant. Like I am a tenant, not in this home, now in this country. So first of all, we have to adopt and accept our decisions and choices, the reason we came in this country, that is important. Otherwise, your success will not be that the way you want. It can be delayed. So you have to be 100% in that you are a part of, the law of this country, and this is my own country. So as soon as that adoption happens, then stability comes in the mind. So you think about my next generation will be stay here, or you will be retired as a grandparents basically. So roots when we talk about. So we took our roots from our country and we put a new seed in here, right? So the roots are in this country also. That's a main basic reason. Forced savings. Every payment builds equity instead of paying rent. So forced payment means before you paying the rent $1,500, now you're paying mortgage $1,800, for example. But the whole $1,500 was going towards rent. There was no return of that money. But now in $1,800, $400, for example, is your equity. It's going in principal. Your principal is coming
Down.
down, so you owe less money in the future. On top of that, equity is also building up. So you are saving the two ways. So buying a house also, you can live the way you want. This is your own place, and also you paying towards your loan in the future. You can cash it out by selling the house or refinancing the house in case of you need money. So potential appreciation, long-term housing tracks incomes and inflations basically. So usually, inflation is a very, these days, Bank of Canada rates we talk about, and a word comes inflation. And we heard about that inflation is 1.7 now, is 1.9 or 2.0 and this and that. But what exactly the inflation is? So especially, in my home, mostly groceries purchased by my wife. So when I talk her about the inflation, so her simple answer is, before this thing was $2, now this thing is for $3. So I say the inflation is 50%. For me, it's not a 1.70%.
For sure.
But yeah, so the milk packet was $9, now it's $12. So it's a $3 high, it's 33% inflation, I will count it, right?
Yeah.
So because the same thing I'm getting for the higher price. For me, it's 1.70 and 1.77 as an ordinary person. I don't understand that. Your GDP and your inflation. Tell me how you can make my life easier.
Exactly
But
right.
if somebody not doing it, who has to stand up? We has to stand up. By doing what? Making the right financial decisions. So buying home is you're taking a biggest loan of your life, and that should be right decisions in this case, right? So coming back to leverage, small down payment and controls a large asset. So if you're buying a home for $100,000, you put down 20%, that is 20,000, but your mortgage balance is 80. So house value is 100,000. So if value of the house going to increase 5%, 105, so you're taking the leverage of the house price with the large assets instead of your own investment $20,000, because your return is on the
And the whole value.
on the value of the house when the price goes up, right? Optional income. So suits, room can offset cost. So there's another reason we're buying a house also, that sometimes we're buying a duplex or maybe 2 units, basement finish. So partial mortgage payments can be paid by the tenant, and we can live as a similar or the lower end the rent we were paying rent. You were paying rent right now $2,000, and you bought a house. Your mortgage gone to almost $2,800, but basement is paying you $1,500, so you $1,300 basically. So that is the maths and calculations, but it can be different for individuals. So whatever plan worked for Rosemary will not work for Rin, will not work for Divya. Sorry, I forgot your names in there. I'm bad in there. But so because we cannot say that, my uncle got this mortgage is 5-year fix is lower, but 5-year fix is not fitting in your needs. It's maybe 3-year fix in your needs. So going for a lower rate of interest is totally, you're going in the wrong direction. So every individual have individual financial needs. So remember that. Everyone is different. Everybody's dreams are different. Everybody's goals are different. Everybody's profession is different.
Can I ask you a
now-
question?
Sure.
So when you pay the mortgage, I want to understand, the interest is more what you pay towards the amount of money that they charge you every month. The
Yes.
interest is the highest amount, right?
Definitely.
Yeah, okay.
Because,
That's what I wanted to know.
because if we amortize for 30 years, right?
Okay.
Because you want to pay off your house in 30 years,
Yeah.
so your payment will be smaller and a very small amount going in
Towards the principal.
So if you lower the amortization to 25 years, your payment will be high and you're going to pay more in the principal side. So budgeting. So when we buy in a house, we know that we have to put an application, credit check, they check income, down payment, everything. Fine. That's the process. But most important thing that bank don't tell us, lenders not going to tell us, no one going to tell us. Budgeting, how
Yeah.
your expenses are. If somebody is having some health issues and there is expenses for the medicines, and someone doesn't have it. Somebody have a different hobbies. Somebody's playing golf, somebody travel more. So those expenses we never count, basically. Because those expenses give us a happiness and we disconnect from our everyday life. So that is very important. So always make the budget based on your net income. If your salary is $100,000, but after taxes you're getting a $75,000 in your hand, so when you apply with a mortgage with the bank or any lender, they consider your gross income to qualify you. But in reality, you're not getting a gross income. You're not getting 100,000. You're getting 75.
Yeah.
So your budget is 75,000 annual divided by 12. So in monthly, this much money coming in my
Pocket.
pocket. So budget should be on that. So next is basically mortgage payments, principal interest based on stress tested. I would like to suggest one thing. It is important. We have to understand it. You all heard about the stress test in mortgage. Did you heard about that? No? Okay.
Good.
So what is the stress test means? You taking the mortgage today and the rate of interest is 5%. And the government says, okay, you pay the payment on the 5% with ABC Bank, but you have to qualify at the 7% by adding 2% on it. The reason is that if in the future, if the rate go high,
You're able to pay.
you have enough income to qualify on 7%. If the rate goes high, you still easily paying your payment, right? So if you can jump up to 10 feet, right? So they will say, okay, fine, show us you can jump in 12 feet. Because in the future, the river stream will be wider. So you jump 12? Oh, you can jump 12. Okay, then you are passed because right now your 10 is fine because in the future it's gonna be expand. So that's the reason. So we have to make
I have a
our
question.
budget on the stress test payment.
So if, let's say I'm a young couple, let's say 25 years old, we don't have kids. Would they count, okay, these people maybe in the future have kids, now the budget is reduced? Maybe the income is the same?
That is no financial institution is going to tell you and suggest you for that.
Okay.
You have to make your own choices and decisions in the future if you're going to be having a kid. So in this case, definitely the government pays some funds.
But do they average that stress on there? Like
No.
maybe possible? Okay.
No.
Okay.
Right.
Thanks.
So we have to add the property tax and you have to add the condo fee. Also, when we make our budget, if you're buying an apartment, there is a property tax and there is a condo fee because that's you have to pay monthly. Condo fee you cannot pay. Either you pay them whole year anyway upfront, or you have to pay monthly.
Yeah.
So that is part of your
Yeah.
payment, right? Home
Expenses.
insurance. Home insurance is important also because that's every month
Yeah.
you're paying it. Condo containment insurance. Sometimes you own a condo, but you have to buy a liability insurance.
That's a separate one.
Separate one. It costs maybe $20, $30, $40,
Yeah,
but this is
but it's
also
expense.
a necessity expenses basically. If a water leakage in your condo apartment and goes to the bottom one and there is a damage, who's gonna pay that damage?
So it's better
Either
to
you
buy
or
a
your insurance company will pay, so that you have to have that you call the content insurance basically. That's the reason.
Is it better to buy a condo or a house? Because of that, what you said. 'Cause I
Uh,
never thought about that.
It's depend on your budget and how much space you need it.
That's what you can afford.
If your space you need a 700 square foot, then why are you going for 2,000 square foot?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the biggest.
That's a important part of budgeting.
That's the
We
biggest
need
mistake.
as a starter home, as a first time home buyer, we need some cozy our own place and enough place, right, for us and our families.
But in terms of returns, what will give you a better return, a condo or a house?
So you know one thing. These are the things basically a secondary for you. The reason is that you want to buy a house, and every city and every on the globe have a subdivision. Some subdivisions are cheaper, some are expenses, right? Where depend on what kind of locality people live in, right? So in this case, because appreciation is higher there, house prices are higher there, we cannot screw our budget. If we are a middle class family, Based on that, we're making $100,000 as a household. So we have to see our budget based on the preferences. Where is the law and order better? That's a very questionable these days, anyways, right? But where your pocket should not be impacted negatively. Simple as that. If you have to go dining every week once outside with your family, this is not supposed to be impact. If you have to go vacation every year with the family, that should not be impact. What happened? We sacrifice all the things and putting everything in the mortgages, and who's making money out of you?
Banks.
Definitely. Why, if 500,000 mortgage is enough for you, so why you even have a $600,000 mortgage? Why are you paying $480 extra for 50 square foot more? That is not really needed to you, and $400 per extra in the long-term investments, so you can be millionaire when you retire if you are in 20s.
Can I ask you a question?
Sure.
For that advice you're giving, who will be the person telling you this? You or a realtor?
Real estate agents sitting here, their job is towards the house.
Okay.
Where you want the house, what is the size of the house should be, locality, what is the crime rate, what is the best schools are, that is they're expert in there. On top of that, yes, they have a basic knowledge of financing. They are not allowed to advise you about the mortgage because they don't have that license to advise you. That's why we as a mutual team together, so under one roof you can get all kind of advice basically. Yes.
When you're
How
looking
important
for a
this
mortgage
is.
agent, what kind of what kind of traits should we be looking for in a mortgage agent? Are we looking for somebody just getting us a loan, or looking for an advisor? Or?
The mortgage agent you're looking for must have to know about their job.
Okay.
Main important thing, right?
Right.
So first of all, the buyers don't pay the commission
Okay.
to the real estate agent, right? So when you're buying a house, you don't pay commission. So in this case, it's your free service. Yes, they will get paid from the other side, but they should have to acknowledge. They have to acknowledge that these are your priorities. This is option 1, option 2, option 3. So when I had a real estate agent, I want to buy a property in Vaughan. So I started right beside Highway 7 in Pine Valley. There's a townhouse. It was out of my reach. Beautiful area, house. Then I went to a Kiel side, the outer area. It was far away because I have 1 car and 3 family members working in Vaughan. So then I start going to Steeles and Martin Grove. Easy to commute. So finally I decide where? Steeles and Kipling, those Markbrook apartment. They were bigger, 2 bedroom, good for family, my parents and for my family. 2 washrooms, 2 bedroom, little storeroom, and commute was easy. The bus service was easy. So I made $29,000 after selling that apartment after 2.5 years.
Wow.
So that time 29,000 was enough. Your salary was not even 29,000 when you have a minimum wages of $10 per.
For sure.
So house is a long-term plan, or plan according to your
Needs.
If you thinking, okay, for example, some immigrants come here and they said after 5 years I want to pursue in US. So buy a property that you're living, and if you're moving to US, it should be giving some positive cash flows to you that the property can take care of itself, and you can sell when you need it.
Right.
You not really need to sell it to move to US.
So right.
Plan is important. So buy accordingly. House is an elephant.
That's why are important to ask these questions, because sometimes
Yeah.
there's too much in the finance group everywhere, but you don't know really who's gonna give you the good insights.
Definitely.
You see? So I'm learning a lot here.
So basically, in India, there's a saying, you have a cow in the house or you have an elephant in the house. So cow is gonna milk, and another cow give another cow. It's a success basically called, It's making your life better. But when you have an elephant in the house, so then you just feed the elephant. It's stronger, but so these days mostly houses are just like an elephant. You're just taking.
Yeah.
I was just gonna say
And you
that.
got 3,000 square foot house and you are not happy. What is the reason to buy this house if you're not happy? End of the day, peace and happiness is our spiritually or
Yeah.
whichever religion will say, these two things we are chasing every single life.
Yeah.
We just need a peace. We always talk about peace. We always talk about happiness. And we chase it.
The problem is like what you're saying makes so much sense, but like if you go to a real estate agent, like not all of them, but the ones that I've dealt with in some capacity, like they all just they want you to always get that more expensive thing.
They
it's
want
like a
the
car
sale.
dealership, right?
Yeah.
So it's like I don't know what the right or wrong decision is because what you're saying now makes more sense.
The reason is that real estate agents will show you the house even you want to see the $2 million house. It's out of your reach, but you want to see what 2 million look like, 1.8 million look like, 1.5 million look like, and what $1 million look like, right? So its comparison is fine.
But I feel like they should say no,
but one more thing, the clients get emotionally attracted.
Yeah, for sure.
That's our fault. Yes.
For sure.
You can't kill the client.
Yes, and
Let them
you are in so much strong emotions.
Yes.
Even you have a 20% down, but that house doesn't fit in your budget. If any real estate agent say any negative things, okay, don't do it, they might gonna lose the client.
Yes.
So there's a very thin line.
Right.
Yes, the real estate agents always advise you in very gray words, basically. Yes, some of them they see the client is again. If I have a team of real estate,
But that's why it's good. You have the team together, so you
Of
come
course.
together in the same place to get the advice, both each other at the same time. So it makes sense. It's much more
Definitely.
easy for the customer to
Yes.
understand.
Yeah. So main thing is this: if I'm hiring any professional, I have to listen to him or her,
Right.
Yeah.
and I need to ask their honest opinion. Simple. By giving my trust that I hire you, give me your own. This is it right or not? If there is any finance related things, then we come in the picture, and what we show the picture is black and white. It's not gray. Black and white. How much the down
I
payment
like
you
that.
have, how much, which jobs you are doing. If you are a self-employed, if you are in the transportation industry, I will tell them. This industry is, by all the financial institutions, is on higher risk. So you're working on the higher risk industry right now. Yes, during COVID, transportation was the
booming.
industry was booming because it was part of essential services. So there is so many different underwriter of the lender make decisions based on the reality check.
Is that something they see in the profession, what they do, based on how they analyze the client and to say yes or no for a mortgage?
There's a lots of data, basically. They have
Wow.
always
So
had data.
self-employees are more difficult to get approved, no?
Yeah, I'm giving you an example. I was doing a mortgage of a client. They both husband and wife used to work with the same employer. It's a restaurant, and there was lots of rumors about that restaurant is going for bankrupt. File the bankruptcy protection in U.S. You might know the name. So in that case, when you submit application, underwriter can say it's all on the national news. So they can lose the job in this case. So the decision will not be in the favor. The decision can be different in this case.
Wow.
So utilities, hydro, gas, water, garbage. Do not go on the trap on the realtors. And they're gonna laugh. Who's saying your hydro will be $100, right? These days,
Not even condominiums, I think.
they talk about
Scandals.
They
Come
talking
on.
about the ancient time, $100 hydro, $100 heating, $50 water. And when the bill comes, oh, it's a $250 hydro, man. So, go on the reality budget. On the reality. If I will be there, I will ask the seller, how many families, how many people in your family living there? Oh, 5. Oh, I have a 6. Okay. Could you tell me how much your annual budget, the expenses of that? Utilities. So you can get an idea of that, right? So, internet and mobile, most of the time we forget about internet cost and mobile phone cost. How many mobile phone? Everyone have a mobile phone these days.
It's
So we
quite
never put that in
expensive.
cost. And transportation, car, fuel, insurance, transit. Make a list of your, there's 2 kinds of expenses we have in household. One are permanent, one are variable expenses. Which are the permanent expenses? Let's start from there. One.
The mortgage
Mortgage
fee,
payment is
yeah,
permanent
but
expense, great.
Phone.
Phone can be variable if you
Car
travel,
insurance.
maybe
Yeah,
high
yeah.
and low, depend data use. And whatever the another example.
Insurance.
Insurance is a monthly payments basically. It's a permanent expense for the whole year.
Yeah.
the property tax, no? For that
And
year.
the fixed expenses, right? Yeah.
You're looking for variable expense?
Variable, yeah. You see, in the festive season, now the Indian festive season starts, you know? And we have to buy some gifts, we have to buy some
Oh,
cookies,
gosh.
those sweets to give to others. End of the day is expenses.
You
For
go
sure.
and buy for the gift and.
Of course, on the birthdays we buying it, giving gifts. If you start writing
Yeah,
that
you-
down,
no.
it's only $2,000 a year.
Yeah.
And that is going from our earnings. We don't count that. So in miscellaneous, we can count that. It's a part of our daily life. We cannot stop it. If we have to live in society, give and take is always there. But it's as an essential expenses, we have to count them. Coming back to groceries and dining out, if you have a habit for that. How much alcohol you drink, put it there. You know, you're spending a $50 every week on alcohol bottle or wine or beer. Man, that's your expenses.
Yeah, for sure
Because
it is.
my purpose is that buy a smaller roof, but it should not be affect your life daily.
I'm
We
100% with that.
upset when our standard of life going down.
I'm realizing that, you know?
Yeah.
100%, oh yeah.
And that payments, credit cards, LOCs, student loans, especially childcare. If you have a child, you have to, on daycare expenses, your school.
Or nannies.
Sometimes the school asks so much money, this pizza day money, this day money, end of the day.
Oh, yeah.
You're paying $5 a week, it's a $60 annual. If
And
you
travel.
don't-
You never take away your travel.
your own activities. Somebody golfing, you're going to gym, you have another hobbies, even you painting. Listen, wherever you spend money, write it down before you buying a house.
Wow.
If you want your life
You need to
easy,
have it.
then you can decide this is the right time to buy or not right time to buy. Either I have to stay for 6 months on rent more to save more, or I have to get another part-time job, or I have to change my skills or get a better job. Do that first before you buying a house. But house is important too. But plan for that. That's why we have a team together.
Realtors say it's always the right time to buy.
No,
If your
they are
pocket is
not-
right,
they are
it
not-
is the right
okay,
time.
if you can afford,
Exactly.
you never see the star beside it. If you can afford, if your budget allows,
Yeah. it's the right
every time is the right time to buy.
time. It's the right time.
Emergency
Well,
fund,
it's,
subscriptions,
It's you the one who makes the decision at the end of the day.
You know, subscriptions basically, subscriptions. you
Oh,
have
they take
Netflix,
away a lot of
Netflix,
money.
That,
Yeah, Netflix
and
is the first one.
emergency fund these days, it's very important, those are our ancient wisdom about emergency funds. Still, when I came from India, there were very, very old houses. When you demolish them, still you can see the silver coins and some gold coins comes out from.
Oh,
underneath, right?
wow.
So that was emergency funds on that time, So we have to keep, even make your habit from saving $20 a week. Put it on the side and forget. You never know, it's accumulated maybe $2,000. You never know, sometime you need to emergency travel, that money will be useful. So, top 5 budgeting mistakes we're using. We always do not use gross income when you make your budget, and underestimating variable spendings. The variable fixed spendings, we know that because our brain know that every month
Yeah.
this payment has to go, this payment. The variable payments, we forget about that. That's mostly emotional buyings and something we buy that is no need to. We have to change our habits. Changing means making ourselves better. Changing doesn't mean like you have to, suppress yourself changing your habits. No, wherever is a leakage, you have to fix it. If the government of Canada is making budget, government of Ontario making budget, if the city making budget, we can make a budget of our own home also.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I
No
think you
emergency-
lost someone, something. Maintenance, car fees.
Yeah. of
Car
course.
fees.
There's a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maintenance.
I did not.
I was
I don't
there?
know how many
Ah, yeah.
smokes here. If you pack smoke
No,
a
no,
pack
I
of-
don't.
pack of cigarette is $25-$30 a week.
Oh my God.
Thank God I don't smoke.
Yeah. If you're eating so many supplements that cost
Oh my God.
no tracking, adjusting when prices rise, right? So we have to, sometimes we get so negative about the news.
Yeah.
News, you just listen and see what is important for me. If the rate of interest is going low last week, gone low last week, quarter, so your home equity line of credits, your unsecured line of credits also based on the prime rate. Anything on the prime rate, you're getting a benefit of it, basically. Right? Yes, buying a home, that's if you're taking a variable rate, then you get benefit about it. So down payment accepted. So when we're buying a house, so you selected the house, then mostly banks or financial institutions, what kind of documents they need in shape of down payment. So why I'm telling you, because sometimes we all have our relatives in back home, we all have our roots in back home also, and sometimes we bring the money from back home here. So there is a channel, there is a way we have to bring it that bank can accept that part also because of anti-money laundering act in this case. So mostly if you savings, checking, TFSA, considered as own funds. RRSP, home buyer plan, and first time savings account, you can start open this account. And if you need any questions to start even $50 to take advantage, because banks government gives some bonus on the FHSA accounts, right? So take advantage. Why TFSA? In TFSA, if you start saving and you put in the mutual funds or maybe in GIC, whatever you gain from that as a profit, or you don't pay taxes on it. So TFSA account, so these kinds of remedies we can suggest you when we can sit with you when you're ready to buy a house. Gift from immediate family, proceeds from sale of existing property. All sources must be verifiable. OSFI is Ontario as regulators basically, right? Because they make regulations. So these kinds of all down payments are, sometimes you keep the money cash if you earn cash, so bank will not consider as a down payment proof for that. So whenever, if you have to buy a house in coming 6 months to 12 months, and you need to start from now, so we can lay out a plan based on your future, the purchase of the house, right?